But we're getting started. Hello and welcome to all the attendees. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are here to talk about something that is becoming a game changer for businesses, using AI to make customer support faster, more helpful, and honestly, a little less stressful for customer support teams. Today's session is powered by ControlHippo. It is a platform that helps support teams manage all their customer conversations in one place. More importantly, it is now coming with smart AI tools that can suggest replies, handle common questions, and even help you monitor how well support agents are doing. I am super excited to introduce our host for the session today, Deepak Kotwani. Deepak is uh, leading support. Deepak has been leading support teams for years now. Deepak, welcome. We are delighted to have you with us.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Kalesh. It's a real pleasure, and I'm glad to join you all for a second time. And I'm looking forward to a great session today.
I'd like to highlight that Deepak has been working on everything from team building, support strategies to rolling out AI tools in real life customer services issues. And today, he is going to help us understand how AI is solving the actual problems of support teams. Now, before we dive into the session, let's quickly do a poll. A question will pop up on your screen. You can answer by selecting the option. If your answer is not listed, feel free to drop it in chat section. I'm just curious to know that you all are here. What is the reason behind you being here? So I would just like to place the poll. You can select the answer and we'll see the results shortly. Okay, I can already see quite up for balance. I am hoping all must have given their answers. Okay, the poll is still active. Would you like to make a guess? What
Well, most of
is
the people,
driving our audience
yeah,
to this
well, most
session?
of the people I believe would be curious about learning how they can leverage AI to automate their customer support.
Is option A, B, or C? Like first, second, third.
Well, I would go for the first one if I was answering the poll.
Okay. So here are the results. You can see the results. I was actually on the same page as the audiences. I am also still exploring AI for support. And Deepak, what is your reaction to it? It was quite obvious for
Yeah,
you.
exactly. And this is what I was anticipating, and that is the best use case that we would like to curate to. And the second one, in fact, as well, current setup needs to be improved as well. This is again a crucial element. So we are going to talk about. Uh, I'm going to talk about some factors wherein it would help people improve their current setup and how they can improve what areas they could check basically to improve their current setup. So I think we could cater to all three options here, and yeah, it's going to be helpful for the attendees.
Yes, truly. So let's quickly walk through the agenda. Agenda is quite simple today. I am your host Kalash Prajapati, and I will be asking the questions to Deepak. And this flow is going to be quite simple. How AI is helping the support teams. It's after sales service can be improved, and how human and AI can together be balanced, and mistakes to avoid after adopting the AI definitely, and how Control Hippo simplifies it all. We'll also the I would want to inform the attendees that polls are going to be there throughout the session so that you guys are engaged with us. And feel free to drop your questions in the comment section or chat section or in the question area. We'll be taking up the questions as and when required. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Deepak, I just want to know that I'm just setting quite of a this thing that fear these days is really, really, popular in the most of the employees and everybody around in my office. Also, I've seen that AI is going to replace human jobs entirely, and people are quite insecure with the factor of AI. So, this is a very, very common topic and very common question. I want to know from you, is AI actually replacing human support agents, or is this just a hype?
Well, we need to separate the myths from mechanics here. So I would say AI isn't replacing agents, it's replacing tasks. As we all know, around 60 to 70% of customer support tasks are repetitive. When customers have queries like, where is my order? How do I reset my password? How do I do this? How do I do that? And everything associated. So these type of tasks don't require emotional intelligence. They require information retrieval. So that's where AI shines. So we don't need humans to retrieve information, but the systems can do that. Let me tell you, it doesn't do, I mean, there are some areas that AI doesn't do well. And by replacing those repetitive tasks, you could, have your humans to work towards areas wherein they could be involved in more challenging tasks, or maybe they could involved in generating revenue for the company and let the information retrieval being handled by AI. But yeah, there are some cases wherein AI won't be able to handle a few tasks wherein you will require humans. So these includes edge cases. These are the cases wherein you would prefer to go a bit extra mile to retain the customer or maybe improve customers' experience or maybe comforting a frustrated customers. So you could imagine there are few customers who prefer to write all in caps when they are super frustrated and they are dissatisfied with the level of service received. So obviously, in such cases, you will need a human agent to be able to calm them down and retain them basically. So we need to think of AI as our relevant support initially that stabilizes the situation, handles the routine, and knows when to escalate to a human, which is really very crucial. I would say if you're working in customer support, you need to divide all your queries into three different categories, such as inquiries, requests, and concerns. And first, focus towards automating all the inquiries because these are mostly related to information retrieval that AI can easily handle. After that, you could focus towards automating requests, which are comparatively difficult, and you would need a bit of expertise to be able to do that. And the third thing, you don't want to reduce complaint handling, but in fact, you would like to reduce complaint itself so your product experience is improved. In that case, you could leverage AI reports to be able to find out which complaint is the most frequent and make improvements in those areas to be able to improve the overall product experience.
That makes so much sense. I mean, AI isn't here. So you basically want to convey that AI isn't here to take jobs, but it is going to lighten the load for the agents, and they can be utilized to do maybe attract more revenue for the company. And yeah, that's definitely a win-win situation. So next question is quite relatable, that we have all had frustrating experience with chatbots, whether be it on an e-commerce platform, whether be it on a food chat, like, platform, or be it on a quick com. So, what changed AI technology that it makes a real game changer compared to those old chatbots?
Well, I could relate to your experience as nobody liked to chat with chatbots as they function like vending machines. You push a button and get a pre-canned message, and you get a few options to choose from. But modern AIs, especially powered by large language models, is more like a concierge. It understands intent, adapt to the tone of the customer, and can manage multi-turn conversations. So in a nutshell, today's AI can reference your uh, help docs in real time, understand follow-up questions, and maintain context across all channels, be it calls, chats, emails. It can context all across channels. So, for example, we are using ControlHippo as our AI agent, and it answers 50% of inbound chats end to end with higher customer satisfaction than human only chat. And not because it's smarter, because it's faster, consistent, and polite at all times.
Wow, that shift from rigid commands to actually real conversations is huge. I mean, it really changes the customer experience as a whole. Everyone is talking about that either AI has to save money or, do some cost cutting. But we know that support teams need more than just cutting the cost, but they also want to provide better service and less burnout. So, what is the real benefit of using AI in customer support beyond just saving money?
Well, there are various benefits, but if you want me to focus on just one, I would say time redistribution. And AI doesn't just make things cheaper, but also it makes them smarter. And when AI takes over low value tickets, your agently suddenly have the headspace to uh, focus on maybe some tricky cases or maybe spot patterns in the type of queries or complaints coming at customer support. So you could actually work towards reducing them in real time by improving your product or process or people maybe. And the third one would be turn service into sales. So as AI has spared some manpower for you, you could channelize that as we spoke earlier, that you could focus on upselling or cross-selling. It's not about replacing people, rather it's about giving them the room to do their best work. I was reading an article where it was mentioned about a D2C brand. So they reduced their ticket response time by 65%. And so their support team drive more 15% revenue for the organization. And all because AI cleared the clutter. So that's what we should aim for.
Okay, this is actually out of the box question, and I would want to know from you because I can see it in the query also. Like one of our attendee has laid this thing that he read a comment on Reddit that AI has increased my workload even more. What is your comment on this?
Well, in that case, the AI agent is not configured properly, or you are probably using a bad AI agent, to be honest, because AI should actually reduce your workload. So if you're facing such problems, I would like you to get in touch with the ControlHippo team as they will solve the problem for you in that case.
Okay, definitely. Time is priceless, as you mentioned in your previous answer, giving agents space to focus on the tough tasks and grow the business, which is actually going to make an impact. Audience, now it's time for a quick poll again. A question will pop up on your screen. You can select the answers, and if your answer is not listed, please feel free to drop it in chat section. Based on what Deepak just mentioned, the question is quite kind of related to that only. So here is your poll. What would help your support team the most? Freeing up agents to handle complex issues, faster responses to simpler queries, or using support to drive more sales, reducing agent burnouts and stress. Like if you have an AI agent, which use case would you like it to be fit? And that's a variety of answers. I just want to give a disclaimer, there is no correct answer. Every answer is correct in its own ways. Nobody wants to. Okay, let me end the poll and show the results first. Deepak, did you notice one thing? Nobody, can you see the results on the screen?
I can, yeah.
No, reduce their agents' burnout and stress.
So that's a sign that they're having a great customer support team.
Oh, that's a really positive take. That's true. I mean, I totally have no comments on that. Okay, moving ahead. So now, as we talk about personalization, support is a big deal, and in support, personalization is a big deal actually. And customer wants to feel understood and valued and not treated like just every another ticket. Deepak, please help me understand that me and the audience understand. Can AI actually personalize support or does it just pretend to?
Well, I would say AI can personalize more than most human agents because it remembers everything instantly, it knows. So, what plan you're on, what you bought last time, or maybe 2 years ago, your last interaction, and how frustrated you sound. So, everything is being captured by AI. With the right setup, if an AI agent is handling a conversation, it won't simply say, "Hi, Kalesh, how can I help you?" It would rather say, "Hi, Kalesh, I see your order was delivered today. Did you like the t shirt?" So that's not pretending. That's actually personalization at scale.
Wow, personalization at scale. That's the really sweet spot. I would be happy if somebody asked me, did you like it or not? I mean, yes, knowing details instantly really makes AI stand out if AI does that. So, moving on to the next question that I have, can AI help unify customer experience across various channels? Because customers are reaching you out through many channels, phone, chat, email, WhatsApp. An ad is running on Instagram or Facebook, and we dropped a query then and there. So, from multiple platforms, queries are coming. How can AI help unify this voice, chat, and email?
Well, unification would be the primary thing that businesses would like to achieve, and sooner than later, customers will expect nothing less than that. So AI doesn't see channels in a nutshell, it sees conversations. So when a customer chats and then emails and then calls, AI can keep the context of everything because it won't see that two queries came from chats or two from emails. It will just see conversations. In fact, in case if it needs to be forwarded to one of the agents, it will summarize and it will include what has been discussed and even brief the human agent before they jump in to give them a better idea of the situation. If you want me to explain you with an example, I would say if your customer support agent is on a call with a customer who is referring to something which was probably discussed on a chat or an email, in some case, to get the context of the subject, the human agent will actually put the customer on hold, go back to retrieving that email or chat, take a bit of time to understand the query, and then respond to the customer. But in actual case, if AI agent is handling, it will have everything and handy on the tip of the fingers, and it will simply start to answer customers' queries at the same time. And in case if it needs to be transferred to the human agent, it will summarize the entire story for the human agent to better resolve the customer queries without having them to put them on hold.
Yeah, I mean, keeping the conversation flowing seamlessly, no matter what the channel is actually very important. And if AI solves that issue, it's a very big challenge being solved. So now, as we are actually discussing about the impact AI is making, KPI, that is a very common term, that what are the key metrics, but the real ones actually, that AI support is working for the business, because it is really important to analyze in number form or in some sort of improvement that what been that I implemented AI agent and it has really worked for me. So I want to understand from you, Deepak, what KPIs actually prove AI support is working?
Actually, a great question. And I would like to share a few parameters which would be leading indicators for you, to be honest. The first one is containment rate that we monitor in our organization, which includes the percentage of tickets that are solely being handled by AI without any human intervention. Also, the tickets which are being transferred to the human agents by AI after some sort of handling. So both these are segregated, and we monitor how much amount of workload has been taken over by AI, and how can we continue to transfer more by spotting probably the repetitive queries in the team. The second would be average resolution time, which should drop with AI agent. The next one would be agent utilization rate. So it should spare some time for the human agent, as I said earlier, so they can focus on other areas, maybe sales or high-level queries or something else. The next would be customer satisfaction, uh, which should hold at the same point or should increase. A bad AI agent will actually drop your customer satisfaction rate. So it's dropping with AI, you should not go for it, or maybe get it checked by an expert. The next would be cost per ticket. Your cost per ticket should decrease with more and more automation. It should not increase. And last but not the least, I think it's the most underrated in the industry is the fallback ratio. So these are the cases wherein your AI was not able to answer the customer properly. The best AI support setups don't just save money, they improve customer satisfaction and employee morale as well.
That's really interesting. Actually, I could understand that that is covering the KPIs that you mentioned. Most important, that covered all angles from cost saving, happy customer, and engaging the agents as well. Now, again, audience, now it's your time to tell me for a quick poll. And again, I'll be having a poll on the screen. So here is your another poll. Which KPI matters the most after what Deepak has explained to you? Like how many issues being handled alone, containment rate, or resolution time, or CSAT score, or agent utilization. Quickly select your option. Deepak, do you want to make any guess which option most of our audience
Well,
would want to be?
yeah, most of the companies usually monitor average resolution time, response time, customer satisfaction on all these parameters. So I think they're gonna go for the same parameters. Yeah. Fallback ratio is something which is not being monitored in the industry. I think that's gonna be something new for them to know about.
Okay, so here I'm ending the poll and here are the results. So most of the attendees want to keep their customers happy. That's a nice thing. And also they want to free human agents from the complex work and they want to utilize their agents most of the time. What is your reaction to this, Deepak?
That's pretty positive, I would say, and I'm glad to see the urge towards freeing up agents' manpower and monitoring all these parameters and working towards something good, adapt to the latest industry changes. These are positive indicators, actually. You're on mute, Kaush. I could not hear you.
So I was actually saying that I'm happy to see the audience is actually engaging and they are actually taking interest in what we're discussing. Now, sometimes I that personally feel that AI can feel robotic or cold, but good support need to be like, the customer when it comes and asks, it's raises its concern, they need human and personal touch relating to the personalization aspect only. How can AI support feel human and personalized together?
Well, initially we talk about automating all the inquiries. I think you're referring to automating the request here. And when it comes to the personal touch, AI is not pretending to be human. It's actually being about thoughtfully useful. So modern AI actually taps into your CRM data, ticket history, even tone of voice to craft relevant and timely responses. Instead of saying, please provide your number, that an ideal agent would say, it says, hi Kalash, I see your May 20th order is still in transit, maybe. And here's the latest update. So that's not just automation, that's anticipation. And as I mentioned earlier, personalization at scale. That doesn't mean scripting emotions. It means using data and context to speak the customer's language, understand urgency, and actually be helpful.
Okay. That is like tailoring responses, like that definitely helps AI feel more natural. And yeah, that is actually what a customer wants and will be noticing. Okay, Deepak,
Correct.
there is a question from an anonymous attendee. Can Control Hippo integrate with our existing CRM or help us? You have been using Control Hippo, right? So,
Of course, I mean, it does. We are using Live Agent. Prior to that, we were using Fresh Service, and it does integrate. I think the best would be to get in touch with the Control Report team. They'll be able to better figure out which CRM you're using, how feasible it is to integrate with your current CRM, and what would be the most effective way to utilize AI to be able to automate customer support. So yeah, getting in touch with the customer support team would be helpful, as we usually do.
great. So I think your answer is being solved, anonymous attendee. Now, moving ahead, as you said about AI feeling more natural and how it will tailor the response. AI is I can understand that AI is evolving fast. So, what is coming next? What exciting changes do you see in AI-powered support over the next couple of years?
So within the next couple of years, I see a lot of things changing in terms of customer support and AI evolution. But if I have to list a few, I would start with proactive support. So AI, flags. I mean, I see AI flagging problems before even customers notices it. And let me tell you, you could use it in the most effective manner if you are from e-commerce. And if you're having a D2C brand, you could automate a lot of customer queries and improve your customer experience. I can also recall about a SaaS startup that can triage uh, tickets before a human ever gets involved. So SMBs punch above their weight in support, scaling without hiring and staying lean without sacrificing service. So yeah, it's not just for enterprise; it's for all the players in the market, basically, whether it is SMB, mid-market, enterprise, or even so.
Okay, so we have one more question. Can this AI help us identify patterns or issues in customer queries?
Yes. In that case, the best would be to leverage AI reports, and that's what we do here. AI automatically creates the type of queries it comes to customer service, and you'll be able to see which ones are the most frequent, and then work towards improving your product, people, and process, and remove those queries. So yeah, these are the two direction we work in when it comes to automation. First is remove all the queries which are related to information retrieval using AI, and the second thing is improve the product experience to be able to reduce some queries that you get.
Okay, we have one more question, Deepak, that I think this has been addressed, connecting with the CRM, how AI is helping identify the patterns. Okay, so moving ahead, I just want to know from you, Deepak, that what is the biggest concern about AI support, like which is being not addressed until now?
You mean before AI came in?
Yes, before AI came into the picture.
Okay. So I would say consistency was one of the element which was not being achieved without AI. You have like a team of maybe 5, 10, or 15 members, and everybody is handling everybody is handling chats, emails, calls every minute, every second of the day. And it's quite unlikely that they will be able to continue with the same level of same level of what should I say, politeness, or maybe uh, they won't carry that passion to resolve customers' queries, that urge to assist the customers at all times. And that is where you need AI, which is able to understand customers' emotion and answer customers' queries without compromising on any emotional assistance or creating sentiment-based response. So these are some type of the benefits that you get with AI, which was missing previously. And nowadays you could achieve consistency in terms of customer satisfaction, in terms of maintaining customer satisfaction rate, which was initially missing when humans were handling all the queries. So yeah, that's a plus.
So I just want to know that this takes me to my next question. What is the next big frontier AI in customer support is going to notice?
Well, as far as I could see, I would like to describe in three words. It's voice, predictive, and real time. When I say voice is actually evolving fast. Imagine an AI answering your support line. That doesn't sound like a GPS from 2004. It understands intent, accent, emotion, and even interruptions. So, yeah, predictive support means issues get resolved before the customer contacts you. So, think your package is delayed in transit, and you saying customers proactively that you've already refunded the shipping fee. So this is something that you would observe in the next frontier. And last but not the least, the real-time learning will close the loop, where AI improves on its own after every unusual interaction without waiting for a human to retrain it. So we are moving from reactive service to proactive experience, and that's the real shift.
Wow, so proactive support is going to change how we think about the service entirely. Exciting. So if we check back 3 years from now, what major AI support trends do you think we will be talking about?
Well, 3 years from now, if you were having this webinar, AI and customer support won't be a feature. I mean, I think it will be a foundation. So AI will speak dozens of languages fluently, not just translating, but understanding cultural nuance. It will operate with emotional intelligence, I think, detecting subtle cues and escalating without being told. And it won't live only in support. It will power onboarding, renewals, feedback loops, in fact, the entire customer journey. So today we are building AI chat agents, and in 3 years, we'll be building customer experiences where customers barely notice they are being supported by AI because everything just works.
Wow, I mean, that is like real-time learning and emotional intelligence. It's like AI will truly understand and not just respond. So this brings me to the last and final poll. And here is the poll. What is your biggest concern, audience, about starting AI support after hearing Deepak? You are worried about the cost of AI tools, afraid it's too complicated to set up, doubt if AI will really understand customer, or concern about losing the human touch. And this is like a very important question. Okay, there is a mixed kind of responses that are coming. Okay, so I'm about to end the poll, and you can see the results on your screen. So most of the people are actually concerned about you losing the human touch, Deepak.
Okay. Well, I might agree to this fact, but actually, when we make customers interact with AI, their intention is not just to interact with a human, but their intention is to get their problem solved. So if your AI agent is effectively solving their problem, they're happy. So yeah, the customers won't mind interacting with AI agents in that case. And we just spoke about the transition which is happening at the moment, where customers won't even realize that they're actually talking to an AI agent in the time and which is coming soon. They will just be bothered about the problem and it is being solved by AI. So they won't realize that they're talking to AI and that problems will be solved. And about the cost, I would like to mention that we should, when we look into the market and see some AI tools, we might find them a bit expensive. But I don't see at the expense or the cost that I'm paying for the AI agent or maybe the tool. I would look at the profitability. If I'm able to reduce some cost, save some money, improve customers' experience, spare some time for the agents who can focus on revenue generation, that's a win-win for all of us basically. And about the implementation, obviously you need some guidance. So I think Control Report team can help with that. So yeah, all areas are covered.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for these. That our audience also value or benefit
Missed your voice, Kalash.
about how control would take ideas of the real world action. And what are some powerful tool design just to transform customer service and especially your customer
Kalash,
service?
sorry to interrupt, Kalash. Your voice is a bit low.
Your own knowledge base. So if you take all if knowledge from the website or Google data, which you call it context of the issue that has been raised, personalize the replies based on customer history, and even detect frustration, right? Knows when to escalate or just move the controller to the next stage. As a result, faster response, happy customers, and less pressure on you.
Kalash, we can't hear you actually. Your voice is not coming through. Are you able to hear me?
Hello, Deepak, am I audible?
Yeah, but the voice is a bit low.
Deepak, am I audible now?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Okay, so I said a lot. Once again, I'll be repeating. So first up, we have ControlHippo's AI chat agent. This is a smart agent that handles customer questions instantly, 24/7, freeing up your human agents to focus on high value tasks. So it is designed. It is going to take up the data from your existing knowledge base and it will create the responses according to the previous histories of the customer. So it understands the context, personalizes the responses from the customer history, and it even detects the customer frustration. So it knows when to give a smooth handover. As the result, you get faster responses, happy customers, and less pressure on your team. Next, we have AI Flow Builder. So this tool lets you create custom conversation flows without any coding, whether it is answering FAQs, booking appointments, or guiding users through troubleshooting. And the best part about Control Hippo is that we are also have an Omnichannel. So on any platform, whether it is on WhatsApp, Instagram, email, chat, anywhere, it will have all your customer queries at one place. And with an AI flow builder, you can create a proper flow and you can automate and you can serve your customer as it needs by saving time and boosting the customer satisfaction. Finally, at last, we have automated workflows. These automated repetitive backend tasks that are being triggered by customer interaction, like sending follow-up emails, updating CRM records, and alerting the team about the urgent issues arising. This ensures no request just slip through the cracks, improves accuracy, and lets your team work smartly and not harder. So, together, all these tools can help your business reduce the response time, improve customer satisfaction scores, and increase your agent's productivity. And ultimately, as a result, your revenue will grow, all while delivering personalized human-like experience. And which is what matters the most. Do you agree with me or not, Deepak?
I am 100%.
So now, thank you so much once again, Deepak, and the audience. Now, I'd like to open the floor for some questions. If the audience has any questions related to Control Hippo or the entire topic, how AI is solving customer support problems, please feel free to drop them in chat section. Okay, so I think Deepak, we have catered on almost all the questions that customer had. We also got some of the personal inquiries. So moving ahead, let's quickly wrap up the session. If you're thinking about how to start using AI and Control Hippo, please feel free to get in touch with us. Whether or not we sign up with you, but we would be happy to help you understand how an AI improve your customer service. And with this, we'd like to conclude the session. Thank you so much for being with us today. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. Bye bye, Deepak.